Hi guys, welcome to the tutorial. In this video we're going to be looking at some different techniques for hiding objects. So in some instances you may have a stock image that you're working with and you need to get rid of an element. So for the example we're going to be looking at this crucifix pendant, and it may be the case that you have a client that needs to switch it up for something different. I've actually had to do this myself recently, which gave the idea for the tutorial. So one method that everybody online likes to talk about, and there's tutorials everywhere, is the content aware fill. So I'm just going to show you that method first, and it works well in most instances where the surrounding area is nice and clean and uncluttered. So I'm going to hit L for lasso tool, and I'm going to draw a rough selection around this crucifix. I'm going to do that freehand, and then right click and go fill, and the contents on the drop down, if it's not already highlighted, go content aware and then go OK and click off to deselect that. And that's not too bad. There's not any degradation. There's a tiny little bit of variation there, but if you had a replacement object replacing the crucifix, that doesn't look too bad at all. But there's a problem. Content aware fill doesn't work for all instances, and sometimes you have to try a different approach. So we have another stock image here, and what we'd like to do, let's just say it was a horror piece, and we wanted to get rid of the eyebrow. There's actually another method that you can use, and that is the patch tool, which is located via the kind of healing area over here. So I'm going to select the patch tool, and again just draw a rough selection around the eyebrow. So I'm just going to go around, and I'm doing this freehand. Just go around, rough selection and eyebrow. Now with the patch tool, once you have the selection, what you need to do is click inside of it, hold down and drag outwards to a clean area. So it's going to sample from the clean area and then fill within that zone there. So I'm just going to let go now and hit Command and D to deselect. It's not done a bad job. It's okay, but there are some little artifacts there, some little scraggy bits that don't look great, but we can easily get on top of them. So I'm just going to grab the spot healing brush, change the diameter using these square brackets on the keyboard, and just paint over these, and it will sample from the surrounding pixels just to clean that up a little notch. And this line here, and there, and there, and there. So that's a start, and you can always do more. But you've just received you've just removed the eyebrow itself. Let's just have a look when we do that same thing, but with content aware. So I'm making a selection using a lasso tool, L. Right click, fill, and then content aware. Okay. It goes a bit wafty. It's not too good. So in that instance, the patch tool does work slightly better. When you have objects or items that you want to remove, say for instance we wanted to remove the mouth here, the patch tool wouldn't do too great. The content aware tool wouldn't work at all. We'll just try that for argument's sake. So there, right click, fill, content aware, go OK. Let's give it some time. There's a lot of pixel information there, and it is completely garbled. So content aware isn't good enough in that instance. What we're going to do now is try the patch tool, and we'll see what it looks like. So clean area there. Give it a second to load. And again, completely unsuitable. So these snazzy kind of autofill tools, they're great in many instances, but when you've got something like this, it requires a bit more finesse. You need to get your hands dirty and you need to go manual. So I'm just going to create a new layer, and I'm going to show you another method for removing objects where the other tools don't work. And this is the real meat of the tutorial. I hit B for brush, and I've got a fairly smallish width there that you can see. Now the idea is to sample. So to change it to the eyedropper tool, I'm holding down Alt, and this allows me to work fast. So Alt there, let go of Alt. So I'll hold down Alt, click, let go, and then drag down in a line like that. And I'm going to do the same for this. And I'm following the kind of natural contours of the face. There we go. Get I'm sampling the lighter areas, so kind of guessing there. I'm going to sample from the nose there. So this doesn't have to be really clean. You're just dragging down, sampling. So Alt, click, let go of Alt, drag downwards, and you're following the lines, the shades of the face. So this will take a little bit of practice and a little bit of getting used to. So we're sampling these dark shadows here, the lighter shades in the middle. Let's just bring these down a little bit further so they go over the shadow that the lips are casting. Okay, so there you go. I'm going to zoom out a bit. At the moment, that looks awful. It's meant to look awful at this stage. Let's just give it that a little bit more lightness up there. Okay, so you have this very rough kind of tonal smackdown on the face. What we want to do now is go Filter, Blur, Gaussian Blur. And we're going to push that up. Let's just have a look, see how that looks. So that's sort of 44. That, I think for this one, for the example, 59 is okay. You can see the lips coming through there, but that's fine. We'll remedy that. I'm just going to go Command and J to duplicate that layer, and it kind of, where the paint dissipates out, that will just thicken it up a bit. Down, merge down, Command and E to merge down. Now then, this is going to look Barbie doll. This is going to look very plastic. It's just going to be a shiny skin effect. What we need to do is add some texture. Filter, noise, add noise. In this instance, I've done this before, so I know 2.45 works okay. So hit OK. That's a little bit scratchy. So what we'll do is go Filter, Gaussian Blur, and we're going to pull that down to about 1. I'll type 1 in. 1 will do the trick, and then go OK. Okay, now it has a bit more texture and it looks a bit more natural. So that in itself is looking quite good. What I'm going to do is click on Add Layer Mask, and I'm going to invert the layer mask to black so it hides everything. To invert, I used Command and I and Control and I if you're on a PC. I'm going to hit B for brush. I'm going to make the brush a lot bigger by hitting the right square bracket, and just going to selectively paint in that effect exactly where I need it. And then hit X to switch to black, so I can just make the brush bigger and make the transition smoother. So with a really thick brush, the transition will be smoother. Hit to X, change it to white, bring that in there where we need it. Takes a little bit of getting used to using layer masks for blending, but once you got it, it's where the power of Photoshop lies. So this is the last stretch now, just got a tiny bit more to do. And for now, I think that will do it, and then we'll zoom out and we'll have a look. So Command and 0, and that's not bad for the example, for just a tutorial piece. That's not looking too shoddy. This area here, arguably we can bring that in a bit more, which we have. A finishing touch is clicking back onto the paint layer itself, and we'll zoom right in just to show you. you see we have this noise here. What you can do is you can go filter, sharpen, unsharpen mask, and you can pick out the details of that noise effect using unsharpened mask. There we go. And it makes it a bit more tactile. So if you take your time, you'll be able to get a much better effect. Let's just have a look, see the one that I've done previously. So that was a previous one when I was experimenting, and this is the live one. And we'll go full screen, film screen. And that's under 10 minutes worth of work. So if you spent your time on it, you could arguably remove any item or on skin. And the same principles can go to landscapes, clothing. There's limitless applications for this. So that will do it for the removing objects tutorial, guys. We're doing lots more now, 3 submissions a week. So make sure you go and check out surrealpsd.com for lots more photo manipulation tutorials. Thanks for viewing, guys. See you later.